legally married. Under the laws of the state of Florida, Gino is presumed to be the father of the child.
He could do that? Disgusting.
Could possibly take me to court and probably take my kid.
I feel extremely overwhelmed, and I wish I was not going through this while being pregnant.
I'm sorry.
During 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, featured Jasmine Pineda meeting with a lawyer and fearing deportation, Brandon Gibbs' parents shocked and disappointed in Brandon, and Yara Zaya in a dry spell with Jovi Different during the Season 9 episode that aired Sunday night on TLC. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, new season stars Gino, Jovi and Yara, Jasmine and Matt Branasterianu, Darcy Silva and Georgie Rusev, Brandon and Julia Trubkina, Carabase and Guillermo Castillo, Loren Goldstone and Alexei Brovarnik, Elizabeth Pothast and Andre Castrovet, and Adnan Abdel Fattah and Tigalili Taylor. Jasmine and Gino were shown broken up on the tell-all event for 90 Day, The Last Resort, and Jasmine also dropping the bombshell that she was pregnant with the child of Matt, who she began seeing when she had convinced Gino to open their marriage. But the 7 other couples, Brandon and Julia, Tigalili and Adnan, Kara and Guillermo, Jovi and Yara, Elizabeth and Andre, Loren and Alexei, and Darcy and Silva, are all married and hoping to last forever. Darcy and Georgie were still reeling from their fight in Bulgaria about a week later. Darcy said she could feel tension in her home, and she wished she hadn't mentioned the word divorce during their argument. Darcy, who was shown making Georgie one of his favorite dinners in the kitchen, told her husband how she was sorry for leaving Bulgaria with her twin sister Stacy and her husband Florian. She also apologized for the things she had said. Georgie explained how he didn't want to be Darcy's punching bag, and she needed to show change in her actions, not just through her words. Darcy said she wanted to plan a future with Georgie, and he agreed that they both needed to do better and find a way to connect and communicate with more ease. Darcy later reunited with her father and 2 daughters in Connecticut, and she mentioned to them how she might like to move back home. Darcy shared how Miami was really expensive. Georgie was shocked Darcy brought this up to her family without talking to him first. He thought Darcy was being hypocritical because she had gotten angry at him for mentioning wanting to rent an apartment in Bulgaria. Darcy's father advised Darcy to make a plan that would benefit both her and Georgie and make them happy. Georgie told the cameras how his opinion needed to matter, and Darcy had to take his feelings into account. Darcy received some advice from her father on how to be happy and work things out with Georgie, and then Darcy and Georgie were headed to New York City for a fashion show for the Twins House of 11 clothing brand. Georgie ended up admitting he was wasting his good years with Darcy, and Stacy thought Georgie needed to step up and stop being a half-ass of a husband. Jasmine was extremely upset after her shocking phone call with Gino, who had said he was already in tough with immigration about her potential deportation. Jasmine therefore leaned on Gino's family member Michelle for advice and comfort. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 features 8 couples who may reveal shocking secrets in upcoming episodes. The network has consistently produced interesting spin-offs for its popular reality TV series, but 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After may be the most dramatic of all. The spin-off centers on the couple's lives after marriage, which is why fans like me enjoy watching the intense arguments that unfold. The producer's ability to create drama also earns my respect, as I think I've witnessed more emotional breakdowns in the past 8 seasons of this spin-off compared to 31 seasons of Maury. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 looks just as chaotic as previous seasons, featuring cast members like Loren and Alexei Brovarnik, who have been a part of the franchise since 2014. The new season also includes Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina, Adnan Abdel Fattah and Tigalili Taylor, Kara and Guillermo Royer, Jovi Different and Yara Zaya, Elizabeth Pothast and Andre Castrovet, Darcy Silva and Georgie Rusev. In my opinion, the most shocking couple is Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pineda, who reportedly split months ago. There are also rumors that Gino is already filming a new season without Jasmine. What caused Jasmine and Gino's open marriage to fail? What sparked Jasmine and Gino's last argument? 90 Day, The Last Resort, Gino, Jasmine, and Matt confront each other, CLP. I'm looking forward to a few reveals in 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9. But the most important one for me is finding out the reason behind Jasmine and Gino's split. As I remember, the two decided to explore ethical non-monogamy in an attempt to save their marriage. Jasmine Allen Cumming. Related. 20 Best Reality TV Shows Right Now. By Cher Thompson. They agreed to date other people, and this eventually led Jasmine to become pregnant with her gym buddy, Matt Brownies. I know Jasmine and Gino are no longer together. However, I'm curious to know what caused their marriage to fail and who initiated the final breakup. Did Darcy finally leave Georgie? Darcy and Georgie have always had a turbulent relationship. Over the years, I've seen enough of Darcy's meltdowns to realize that she wouldn't last with Georgie. Additionally, her focus on spending time with Stacey Silva and Florian Sukaj on 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2, only increased my suspicion that her marriage might not succeed. Now, the question is, has she finally left Georgie? I believe the new season will provide us with the answer to the future of Darcy and Georgie. I'm excited to see if the rumors of Darcy's separation from Georgie are true, as most of her social media posts suggest that she is single. Did therapy help Brandon and Julia? Are Brandon and Julia ready to have a baby? Brandon and Julia are the quintessential duo in 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9. They are inseparable yet plagued by many challenges that question the very essence of their relationship. Brandon and Julia were happy when they left 90 Day, The Last Resort, where they seemingly ironed out all their differences, including their disagreement over starting a family. Julia agreed to consult a doctor to discuss the baby situation, while Brandon promised to bring Julia's parents to America. It leaves me wondering why the couple has returned to the franchise despite appearing to have resolved their issues. Is Tiger Lily regretting her marriage to Adnan? Tiger Lily and Adnan's relationship might not be as strong as it seems. 90 Day Fiancé stars Adnan Abdel Fattah and Tiger Lily Taylor in somber montage with pink and red background. Custom image by Cesar Garcia. Tiger Lily and Adnan have only been part of the franchise for a year, yet they've been involved in more dramatic moments than Angela Deem during Tell-Alls. The two tied the knot after just 4 months of dating, showing that love can be blind. They also made fun of other cast members during Tell-All in an attempt to show that their relationship was more real than others. Then, a social media controversy arose when Tiger Lily deleted her pictures with Adnan, only to repost them later and then delete them again. Most recently, I noticed that Tiger Lily had reposted photos of herself with Adnan, causing me to wonder what was happening between them. I would really want to know if they have a stable marriage. Loren and Alexei Brovarnik's future plans for a baby. Loren and Alexei share a strong compatibility. I never expected to see Loren and Alexei return to the franchise again. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Featured Jasmine Pineda meeting with a lawyer and fearing deportation. Brandon Gibbs' parents shocked, and especially given the amount of screen time they have already had in comparison to the other cast members. Despite this, they have returned, leaving me to wonder if they are finally living happily ever after with their 3 children. As an optimist, I believe Loren and Alexei genuinely have a compelling story to share this time around. Over the last several years, I've seen many different 90 Day Fiancé couples and dynamics appear on the show, but there's one type of couple whose actions often baffle me. In the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, it's not uncommon for one or both partners to have kids from other relationships and come together to form a stunning blended family. For instance, 90 Day Fiancé star Anna-Marie Campisi had 3 sons from a previous marriage before marrying Mersal Mistanoglu. There was also the infamous Nicole Napziger, who had a daughter that she brought with her to meet her boyfriend, Azan Tefu, at the time. While I think this is a beautiful sentiment, I've noticed that many stars don't bring their children along with them. Stars like Jasmine Pineda, newcomer Mina, and a few others have left their children in their home countries while they travel to America. Although I understand plans don't always work out the way we hope, the recurring theme makes me wonder why the stars don't plan better, and if they really want a completely fresh, kid-free start in America. Several 90 Day Fiancé stars left children behind. Over the years, several stars have appeared in the franchise with children from previous relationships. For instance, Alexander Sasha Larin has 2 ex-wives and 2 sons with each woman whom he left behind to marry Emily Larin. Likewise, Jasmine had 2 children that she left behind in Panama. The plan was for her kids to arrive with her, but there was an issue with their application, so the plans fell apart. She hoped to fly back and visit her children by the time she received her green card, but that hasn't happened. Hazel Kagalaton from the Philippines left her son Harry behind. There's also Larissa Lima from season 6, who left behind her 2 kids, Luan and Ari. While it's not the most common storyline portrayed in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, every year there seems to be at least one star who abandons their family. Their plans often seem to include a later arrival, but so far none of those stars have followed through on their word. Cast photo for 90 Day The Last Resort Season 2. Related. 90 Day The Last Resort's camping chaos shows me these couples aren't serious. By J. Hernandez. Why don't the 90 Day Fiancé stars plan better? The biggest question I have concerning this issue is, why don't the stars plan better? Some stars are familiar with the franchise and the K-1 visa process, whether from enjoying the show as a fan or from being on the franchise for several years. As a result, I think it's reasonable to assume that these stars should have been a little more educated on the visa processes and how to bring their children to America. I know in the case of Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine, he did the paperwork on his own and messed up the children's applications. Mistakes are normal and the cast is human, but I can't help but side with Jasmine. I think Gino should have hired a professional since now there are more steps and kids involved, but now I grow even more confused as time goes on. As more stars leave their children behind and then don't revisit or bring them over as planned, I begin to wonder if this was part of a larger plan. Did the stars no longer want to be parents, using the K-1 visa as an excuse? Did the stars never intend to bring their families over, but instead support them using American benefits from overseas? Overall, as a mother, some of these 90 Day Fiancé storylines just don't make sense to me. If their excuses were purely because of the visas, then from a personal perspective, I would wait for all our visas to be approved. A wedding can wait, but losing time with kids can have such a strong impact. Then in some cases, like with Jasmine, she's having another child in America with her other 2 children in Panama. Some of these situations just give me the ick and make me think that these stars were more after a fresh start than fans like myself may have realized. 90 Day Fiancé and its spin-offs air on TLC and are available to stream on Max in the US. Jasmine Pineda from 90 Day The Last Resort has a controversial past that raises questions about whether she may have hidden motives for being in a relationship with Matt Braunes. I first became aware of Jasmine in 2021 when she appeared in 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 5 with Gino Palazzolo. Despite noticing some red flags, I found her personality appealing and believed she was truly in love with Gino. Jasmine appeared genuine on both the show and on social media, making her a standout cast member of that year. Unfortunately, Jasmine let me and many other fans down when she changed her personality and appearance. She became less relatable and started to engage in actions that disgusted many fans, like showing her foot fetish on camera and behaving controversially during tell-alls. Additionally, she began to share intimate details about her relationship with Gino, which should have remained private. Ultimately, Jasmine lost credibility when she suggested an open marriage as a solution to her intimacy issues with Gino. Her disingenuous behavior throughout her time on 90 Day The Last Resort turned many viewers against her. Jasmine got pregnant with Matt while married to Gino. Jasmine failed to honor her marriage vows. Jasmine's controversial past is the primary reason many 90 Day Fiancé viewers, including myself, doubt her. Throughout the years, she has claimed that Gino is the most important part of her life. However, she took advantage of him by using his money to secure an apartment in the same building as her ex-boyfriend. Jasmine also spent Gino's money on cosmetic procedures, dental work, and facials. She made every effort to assert control in the relationship, frequently arguing with him over trivial matters and threatening to end the relationship if he didn't comply with her demands. 90 Day Fiancé's Jasmine Pineda close up looking suspectingly. Related. 90 Day Fiancé, I'm more convinced than ever Jasmine Pineda won't go back to Panama. US is her home. By Neha Nathani. I think that Jasmine's behavior in 90 Day The Last Resort Season 2 revealed her true feelings for Gino. She appeared on the spin-off with the intention of working on her marriage with Gino, claiming that she wanted to have a future with him. However, she also engaged in actions that were detrimental to their relationship, such as secretly talking to Matt. Jasmine unfairly accused Gino, insulted him publicly, and proposed an open marriage. She even became pregnant with her gym buddy Matt, after previously rejecting the idea of having a child with Gino. Jasmine said she's not in love with Matt. Jasmine doesn't want to be in a romantic relationship. Fans like me can't trust Jasmine because she posts confusing statements on social media that don't make any sense. She spoke extensively about her life as a single mother, confirming that the father of her baby would help co-parent and clarifying that they aren't in a romantic relationship. Jasmine stated that Matt is only a support system for her, not her romantic partner, because she doesn't want to be with any man. On the surface, I see nothing wrong with Jasmine's statement. However, her actions have confused me, as well as many other fans. Jasmine often uses social media to post affectionate photos with Matt. She romanticizes him and kisses him in public, but claims that he's simply her friend. Jasmine's situation with Matt makes me wonder if she has friend-zoned him, manipulating him into staying with her without making things official. Jasmine was financially dependent on Gino. Jasmine expected Gino to provide for her financially. I believe Jasmine may have an ulterior motive for being with Matt, particularly given her current financial situation and history. Throughout their relationship, Jasmine was financially dependent on him. She relied on him to meet her basic needs, such as finding an apartment, while he paid for luxuries like plastic surgery and cosmetic procedures. Jasmine expected financial support from Gino, even when he was unemployed. She didn't feel remorseful about lying to him about using the money he gave her to buy a wedding dress for plastic surgery instead. Jasmine Allen Cumming. Related. 20 Best Reality TV Shows Right Now. By Cher Thompson. Jasmine was dependent on Gino after moving to the United States. She relied on him for various things, such as driving her around Michigan and helping bring her children to America. Jasmine even asked Gino to take her on expensive vacations in the United States, like their trip to Miami. Now that Jasmine is no longer with Gino, it seems she is forming a similar bond with Matt. She may be attempting to maintain a close friendship with him that resembles a romantic relationship, allowing her to have more independence while still having emotional support. How does Jasmine make money without Gino? Jasmine's popularity might be on the decline. I believe that Jasmine's financial struggles explain why she's trying to stay so close to Matt. She earns money through OnlyFans and Cameo. However, details such as Cameo leaderboards suggest that she may not be making as much money on the platform as she once did. Additionally, Jasmine was unable to make her fitness business successful, as her vegan protein didn't sell well. Earlier in 2025, Jasmine revealed that she could no longer afford to go to nail salons. I think Jasmine has become attached to Matt because she wants someone to rely on in case her financial situation worsens. Jasmine has proved her shady character. Rarely does Jasmine Pineda notice her faults. 90-Day Fiancé's Jasmine Pineda holds baby Matilda while Matt Brownie's kisses her head. Image via TLC. I struggle to trust Jasmine because she has repeatedly deceived people around her. She always tries to justify her actions and seldom admits to her mistakes. I think Jasmine may be pretending to be a victim to gain sympathy and attention. A clear example of this is when she asked her fans to send gifts for her baby by sharing a wish list along with her baby announcement, essentially asking others to cover her child's basic needs. The 90-Day, The Last Resort alum has a controversial personality, which is why I fear Matt might share the same fate as Gino. While Jasmine Pineda may not have been the best partner for Gino Palazzolo on 90-Day, The Last Resort, she is still a caring family member to her loved ones. I enjoyed watching Jasmine in her debut season. I appreciate her sassy style and bold attitude, which demonstrate her fearlessness. I also found Jasmine's love for Gino to be heartwarming. The fact that she forgave Gino after he shared some intimate photos of her with his ex-girlfriend showed me that she understood the sacrifices required to improve communication within a relationship. Unfortunately, my feelings for Jasmine changed in 2023. I witnessed her verbally attacking Gino and trying to manipulate viewers, which led me to question if her persona in her debut season was genuine. Additionally, I became skeptical of her social media behavior, especially when she began mocking Gino's physical appearance, specifically his baldness. When Jasmine and Gino participated in 90-Day, The Last Resort Season 2 to resolve their marital issues, I had a feeling their relationship wouldn't survive. Their frequent unhealthy arguments and their intimacy issues were clear indicators of their troubles. Jasmine introduces her new family in the US. Jasmine has created a new American family. I was right when Jasmine and Gino broke up after filming 90 Day, The Last Resort. What I didn't anticipate was Jasmine announcing her pregnancy and surprising everyone by revealing that her gym buddy, Matt, is the father of the baby. Many co-stars and fans have expressed disapproval of Jasmine's actions towards Gino. However, I believe it is ultimately positive that she ended her relationship with Gino and started a family in the United States. Jasmine has found a great partner in Matt, who supports her and has also formed bonds with a few other people. Jasmine Allen Cumming. Related. 20 Best Reality TV Shows Right Now. By Cher Thompson. Jasmine surprised me by revealing her new family on social media, even though her 2 sons are still in Panama. She posted a photo showcasing all the important people in her life, such as Gino's cousin, Dana, his wife, Michelle, and Matt. The picture showed everyone spending time together and relaxing on the couch. Jasmine captioned the post as quality family time and mentioned Gino was at this strip club. It's great that Jasmine has supportive people in the United States looking out for her. She will need all the support she can during her pregnancy. Jasmine receives criticism for not reuniting with her sons. Jasmine hasn't traveled back to Panama. Over the months, I have observed Jasmine receiving a lot of criticism from viewers who believe she is dishonest and insincere. Some cite her contradictory statements as evidence of her hypocrisy. While Jasmine faces criticism for various reasons, most of the negativity surrounds the situation involving her 2 sons. In different 90 Day Fiancé spin-offs, Jasmine emphasized the importance of her children, blaming Gino for not adequately planning to bring her children to the United States. She asserted she couldn't imagine living without them in the United States. Jasmine has been in the United States for nearly 2 years, yet she hasn't visited her children or returned to Panama. Many fans believe Jasmine's lack of enthusiasm about being with her sons is fake. Many have said she used her children's visa situation to gain sympathy. I agree with people calling out Jasmine, but I also believe there may be more to her story than not returning to her sons. She is a good mother who stays informed about what is going on in her children's lives in Panama. Jasmine often posts videos and photos of herself talking about her sons. She also provides screenshots of her video calls with them, showcasing how she monitors them from afar. I believe it is unfair to 90 Day Fiancé's Gino Palazzolo wearing white cap and red sweater, sporting a smirk, and in Jasmine Pineda looking at him with puzzled expression, wearing purple bra and question mark signs around them. Related. 90 Day Fiancé's Gino's sporty makeover shows his newfound happiness amid Jasmine's deportation fears and pregnancy. Is his life less challenging than hers after the split? Neha Nathani. There are many reasons why Jasmine hasn't visited her kids, but the most significant one is her pregnancy. I believe it is difficult for her to travel while pregnant. It is also challenging for her to expedite her children's visa process, particularly due to her financial condition. Jasmine has been candid about not earning much money from the show. She had to rely on OnlyFans and, more recently, Cameo to save some money. I think she is doing her best while pregnant and shouldn't be shamed for being a mother. Jasmine wants a better future for her children. Jasmine makes sacrifices to save money. While I can't attest to Jasmine's genuineness as a person or her ability as a wife to Gino, I can confidently say that she is a good mother. Jasmine's primary goal is to secure a brighter future for her family members. She hopes to bring her children to the United States, where she believes they will have access to better opportunities than anywhere else. Jasmine is grateful for the chance to be a legal immigrant in the United States and is determined to make the most of this priceless opportunity for the benefit of her family's future. Jasmine has always been consistent with her goal of bringing her kids to the U.S. She recently posted an update about how she is saving every penny to invest in their U.S. visas. She is making significant sacrifices, such as not living a luxurious life as she used to do or spending money on cosmetics. Jasmine also avoids visiting beauty salons to save money. In my opinion, the 90 Day, The Last Resort cast members changed personality, and her updated goals show her love for her children, making her a good mother. I'm convinced 90 Day Fiancé alum Jasmine Pineda is not done with her estranged husband, Gino Palazzolo, financially, even after she had a baby with another man. Jasmine and Gino entered the 90-Day Fiancé franchise in Before the 90 Days Season 5. The pair met on a sugar baby website, although they lied about that originally. They virtually connected in the COVID-19 era, and then once restrictions were lifted, Michigan native Gino flew to Jasmine's native Panama to meet her for the first time in person. While they had a spark, conflict is what they had more of. Gino proposed to Jasmine in Before the 90 Days Season 6, and then Jasmine came to America on the K-1 visa in 90 Day Fiancé Season 10. Jasmine and Gino got married in June 2023, despite the many relationship issues and red flags they had. It became even more apparent to me that their marriage was a mistake when they became cast members on 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2, after not being able to overcome their problems. After therapy, I was shocked by the turn of events on Jasmine's end, and I'm worried it's all at Gino's expense. Jasmine had a baby with another man. Jasmine and Gino are still married. 90 Day, The Last Resort, Gino, Jasmine, and Matt confront each other, CLP. During The Last Resort, therapist Reba Corin Thomas suggested to Jasmine the idea of an open marriage with Gino. Being ethically non-monogamous herself, Reba thought Jasmine could be empowered and that it could strengthen her and Gino's relationship. However, I found the open marriage notion to be incredibly damaging. Jasmine is known to be volatile and manipulative, and I think both of those qualities about her were on display when she brought the open marriage concept up to Gino. Jasmine had already formed a more than friendly connection with a man named Matt Brownies, whom Jasmine met at the gym. Behind Gino's back, Jasmine called Matt with her castmates Stacy Silva and Julia Trubkina, where she was extremely flirtatious and giddy. I was appalled by how Jasmine was acting with Matt, given that she was married. In any case, when Jasmine brought up the open marriage concept to Gino, he saw it as cheating and was hurt that Jasmine already had someone in mind. What bothered me the most about how Jasmine got Gino to agree to the open marriage was that she gave Gino an ultimatum to either accept it or break up. Faced with that, and wanting peace, Gino relented, and he and Jasmine recommitted to each other during the final therapy ceremony. I saw red flags everywhere in the dynamic change, and I was right. Jasmine showed up to The Last Resort tell-all pregnant with Matt's baby. She was boastful, proud, and unapologetic. I know Gino wanted to have a baby with Jasmine, but she did everything from take birth control behind Gino's back to lamenting about how she was scared of being pregnant again. So for her to show up to the tell-all pregnant really solidified how toxic of a person she is. Jasmine and Gino are still married, and she clearly broke the rules she and Gino set in place regarding the open marriage, so I feel she essentially cheated. What's worse, I see that Gino is still on the hook for Jasmine financially, and he may have to support her and her new baby with Matt despite their estrangement. Does Gino still financially support Jasmine? Jasmine is taking Gino to court. Now that Gino and Jasmine are still married and Jasmine has a baby with another man, I think it begs the question of what Gino is obligated to do for Jasmine financially. Since Gino is the sponsor of Jasmine's K-1 visa, he is financially responsible for Jasmine for the next 10 years, even if they get a divorce. Regarding Jasmine's new baby, Matilda, Gino is not financially responsible for the child, since he is not the father. How the financial details are currently arranged I'm not sure of because neither has spoken about it. But what I do know is that Jasmine was fully financially supported by Gino since they met in 2020. Gino paid for her luxury Panama apartment,